So good morning to everyone. Today we'll learn about the coal and petroleum in 8th standard chemistry. We know that we have lot of natural resources around us. For example, air, water, light, sunlight, energy. Everything is very important for our life. So depending upon the availability, depending upon the origin, we are classifying the natural resources into different types. Okay, for example, based on the origin, we are classifying the natural resources as, based on the origin, we are classifying the natural resources as biotic factors or biotic resources and abiotic factors. Okay, so biotic factors are nothing but they are the living organism. The resources are from living organisms, for example, plants and animals. So living organisms, example, plants and animals. Plants and animals. Okay, they are the living organism, that is plants and animals. And abiotic factors or resources are obtained from non-living things. Non-living things. Non-living things. Okay, non-living things, example, air, water, sunlight, land. Sunlight, land are example for what? Abiotic factors. So based upon the origin, we are classifying into biotic resources, then abiotic resources. So examples for each one I have given. Then based on the availability, we are classifying the resources as renewable and non-renewable resources. Availability. So based on the availability, we are classifying the resources as renewable and non-renewable resources. Renewable and non-renewable resources. Okay, renewable and non-renewable resources. In the renewable resources, that resource can be replenished, or it can be retained, or it can be re-obtained after the use also. That is known as what? Renewable resources. So this renewable resources, can you give some example? Air, water, sunlight, or air, water, sunlight can be easily, etc. Okay, or can be easily obtained or replenished after the use also. That is known as renewable resources. Or it can be retained after the use of that resource. Okay, that is known as renewable resources. Although it is a renewable resource, for example, water in the rivers or ponds gets dried up during the summer season, and when the rain comes, what happens? The water or the water will be filled in the ponds as well as in the rivers. So we can get back the air, water again when the rain comes. Okay, so that is a renewable resource. Then non-renewable resource, and this renewable resource also, when you use excess usage or maximum use of this renewable resource, will lead to depletion of that renewable resource. Okay, so that is one thing. So how we are using, so the resource depends upon the usage, how we are using and how we are utilizing the renewable resources. Depending upon that, the amount, the source or the existence of this renewable resources will be there. The non-renewable resource, example, the coal, petroleum, then fuels, all the fuels. Okay, these are all known as fossil fuels. These fuels are non-renewable resources, so it cannot be retained or replenished after the use of that particular resource. Then some of the resources like gold, diamond and silver, that is also comes under this non-renewable resources, that can also be not replenished or retained after excess usage of this non-renewable resources. So maximum use will lead to this depletion of this non-renewable resources. And here and based on the usage, we are classifying again into exhaustible and inexhaustible resources. Okay, exhaustible and inexhaustible resources. Exhaustible and inexhaustible resources. This exhaustible resources, the excess usage of this resources will lead to depletion or it cannot be replenished. That is known as what? Exhaustible resources. For example, when you use excess use of this coal, gas, petroleum, everything will lead to depletion of the petroleum and coal. So that is known as exhaustible resources. Then inexhaustible resources, what it can be retained or replenished after the use of this what resources, then it is known as inexhaustible resources. So although how we are using excess usage or maximum usage will lead to depletion of either renewable as well as inexhaustible resources. Now we'll see in detail the important resource, that is non-renewable resource, that this fossil fuels, this coal, petrol and other gases comes under this fossil fuels. This fossil fuel is nothing but the fuel that is obtained from the earth crust or from the minerals. This fossil fuel is obtained through mining. So how it is obtained? The fossil fuel is obtained through mining. Okay, that is extracting the minerals from the earth crust is known as what? Mining. Through mining we get the fossil fuels. So this fossil fuels gives important usage in our day-to-day life, in our automobiles, in vehicles, everything we use this fuels. Then the fuels are obtained through mining. So one important one is coal. Okay, coal is a dark rock-like substance. Okay, dark rock-like substance from which we obtain coal tar. So from coal we obtain coal tar, and this coal tar is used in metalling of roads or polishing of roads. Okay, so coal tar வந்து எதுக்கு யூஸ் பண்றாங்க? ரோடு போட யூஸ் பண்றாங்க. Okay, coal tar is used in metalling of roads. Okay, what is coal? It is a dark black substance, rock like substance obtained from the earth crust, that is known as what? Coal. And from coal we get coal tar, that is used in metalling of roads. And here the coal is classified into three types, that is anthracite and then bituminous. Okay, anthracite, bituminous and then lignite. Anthracite, bituminous and then lignite. Okay, so this anthracite, this contains high percent of carbon. Here this bituminous contains medium percentage of carbon, and here this lignite contains low percentage of carbon. So these three are different forms of coal, that is anthracite, bituminous and lignite. Anthracite contains high percentage of carbon and bituminous contains medium percentage of carbon and lignite contains low percentage of carbon. Now you see these three are different types of coal. Okay, how this coal is formed? Okay, the coal mainly contains carbon. Okay, small dead organism or the slow process of conversion of dead organisms into coal is known as what? Carbonization. The slow process of conversion of dead organisms into coal, it is known as what? Carbonization. அதாவது அந்த dead organism வந்து என்ன ஆகும்? கார்பனா கன்வெர்ட் ஆகி வர்றது வந்து என்னது? Carbonization. The slow process of conversion of dead organisms into carbon substance or coal, that is known as what? Carbonization. So the carbonization வந்து it is a slow process. Okay, carbonization. Okay, now how this coal is formed? Coal எப்படி form ஆகுது? How this coal is formed? It is nothing but the decayed, halfly decayed plants, that is dried leaves. Okay, dried leaves will be present nearer to the lake area or rivers. So when these leaves fell into flooded rivers, okay, or floods. Okay, when these rivers fell into flooded rivers, then it will be covered by mud. Okay, covered by mud. மண் அதை மூடிரும் திருப்பி, and then it will be depressed into the earth. அந்த லேயர் மண் மூட அந்த இலைகள் வந்து திருப்பி உள்ளே போகும். that forms a peat. Okay, ஒரு peat, ஒரு black substance is formed, that is known as peat. ஒரு black layer ஃபார்ம் ஆகி கீழே எர்த்துக்கு அடியில் போயிடும் peat. ஸோ அந்த பீட் வந்து கீழே போக ஸோ ஃபஸ்ட்டு அந்த பீட் வந்து ஹை ப்ரெஷரில் டிப்ரெஸ் ஆகும்போது வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ்? இட் ஃபார்ம்ஸ் திஸ் லிக்னைட். ஸோ திஸ் லிக்னைட் இஸ் வாட்? has low percent of carbon, soft carbon, low percentage of carbon இருந்துச்சுன்னா வந்து என்னது? lignite. So when the distance from the earth crust or surface increases, so மேலேருந்து கீழே போக அந்த that coal will have high percent of carbon. So மேல் பரப்பில் இருக்கிறது ligniteனா அடுத்து உள்ளே இருக்க லேயர் என்ன இருக்கும்? bituminous. Okay, so when the pressure increases or the distance from the earth surface to the earth, inside the earth increases, then the percentage of carbon will be more. So first layer la lignite carbon, second layer la enna irukku? bituminous carbon, third layer we have anthracite carbon. Okay, third layer we have anthracite carbon. So deeper power we will get high percent of carbon. So above that layer we have lignite carbon, then below that layer we have bituminous carbon, and below that we have anthracite carbon. Okay, so this is what the mining, so through which we obtain the three forms of coal. Okay, now this coal, how it is obtained? It is obtained by destructive distillation. So industries la coal eppadi vandu இது பண்றாங்க எடுக்கறாங்க அப்படினா destructive distillation. Okay, destructive distillation. So coal is used in industries by destructive distillation. What is this destructive distillation? That is heating coal in the presence of oxygen. Okay, heating coal in the absence of oxygen, it is known as destructive distillation. Okay, destructive distillation, we get different products, we get different types of products. So that is coal gas, petrol, kerosene, gasoline. So everything is obtained through this destructive distillation of coal. So through destructive distillation we get different products that is used in our day to day life. Okay, so it forms a part of our life. We are using this coal which is a part of our life, and here we see the three important products obtained through this destructive distillation. That is coal tar. Coal tar, which is a black liquid, it contains lot of hydrocarbon. Hc means hydrocarbon, that is hydrogen and carbon will be present. It contains lot of hydrocarbon having unpleasant smell. மாதிரி coal tar க்கு unpleasant smell இருக்கும். And then this coal tar is used to prepare dyes, synthetic fibers. It is used in metaling of roads, road போடுறதுக்கு உதவும், prepare naphthalene balls, and lot of uses, paints, polishes. Okay, so everything we'll use in lot of application we are using this coal tar. Then coal gas. Coal gas contains hydrogen, so H. Coal gas la enna irukku? Hydrogen plus methane, formula CH4 plus carbon monoxide. So these three, it is a mixture of hydrogen, methane and carbon monoxide, and here it has high calorific value. This coal gas has high calorific value, so it is used as a fuel in industries. இண்டஸ்ட்ரீஸில் ஃபியூவலாக யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. இலுமினேட்டிங் ஏஜென்ட், ஆஸ் அ கேஸ் லைட் இன் கேம்பிங்ஸ். ஒரு கேம்ப் வைக்கிறப்போ ஒரு கேஸ் லைட்டாக, ஒரு கேம்பெயினில் ஒரு கேஸ் லைட்டாக யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க திஸ் கோல் கேஸ். அண்ட் இட் இஸ் யூஸ்ட் இன் லாட் ஆஃப் அவுட்டோர் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ். அவுட்டோர் ஆக்டிவிட்டீஸ் வெளியில் போகும்போது அதுக்கு லைட் தேவைப்படுறதுக்காண்டி we use this coal gas. Okay, it is a mixture of hydrogen, methane and carbon monoxide. Then coke. Coke, it is a very very important carbon, that is it is porous, black, tough and pure form of carbon. இது இருக்கிறதுலே coke தான் என்னது, pure form of carbon. It is used as a reducing agent in the extraction of metal. metal எடுக்கிறதுக்கு, extract பண்ணுறதுக்கு this coke யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க reducing agent-ஆ. Then it is used to in the manufacture of steel, and it is used to produce fuels like water gas and producer gas. Water gasum producer gasum prepare பண்றதுக்கு எது யூஸ் பண்றாங்க? coke. Then it is used as a fuel in ironing and barbecue. It is used as a fuel in ironing and barbecue, which coke is used as a fuel in ironing and barbecue. So in today's class we have seen about the natural resources, different types of natural resources. Based upon the origin we have classified at biotic and abiotic factors, and based upon the availability we have classified as renewable and non-renewable resources, and based upon the usage we have classified at exhaustible and inexhaustible resources, and we have seen in detail how the coal is obtained from mining, obtained through mining, or how it is obtained. What are the three types of coal? That is anthracite, bituminous and lignite, which contains high percent of carbon, and the carbonization, it is a slow process. Then through destructive distillation we obtain different forms of coal, that is coal tar, coal gas and coke. Lot of other forms is also there. Okay, so we are seeing only these three. Okay, so these are the examples of what the product obtained through destructive distillation of coal tar. And in this we see that excessive usage or lot of usage or maximum usage will lead to depletion of these resources. So in order to avoid these depletion, we must be very careful in using these resources. For example, in your home, when you switch on a light and go, there will be the energy will be producing and it will be wasted. So you have to switch off that light when it is not in use. Okay, when you didn't want that light or fan, or when you go out of the room, you have to switch off the light or fan. Okay, so thereby you can save the energy. So if you save the energy, it will be useful for the future generations also. So today we have learnt about these things, and our assignment is you study the renewable and non-renewable resources, as well as you study this tabular column, that is study coal tar plus coal gas and coke. Okay, study and write the coal tar, the use, mixture, composition and mixture of this properties of this coal tar, coal gas and coke. So this is your assignment, and we have completed 2 lessons, and this is the 3rd lesson. So altogether we are having 4 lessons, out of which we have completed 2 lessons, and this is the 3rd lesson. And I want everyone to do the assignment. It is very easy to study. Don't be lazy, don't waste the time. So it is very important to learn the everyday portion. So depending upon that only we can able to calculate your performance in studying. So please don't avoid the assignments. So today's assignment is study this tabular column, its composition, properties, and write and send it to me. I am always there to check your assignment. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you.